what's up? Name's Gently01, and game in the background is some Ghost Recon Online, and the title of this video is going to be how to tell if a free-to-play shooter is any good, and this one most definitely isn't, which is why it's the example. It gets to burn in front of the world for various reasons, and you're looking at the first one right now. Getting into a match is ridiculous in this game. I literally cut out like 2.5 minutes of footage of me just getting into the game. And one of the reasons it is that they do a normal console Call of Duty search for lobby style thing instead of having a server browser, a room browser. No. Have a server browser or a room browser. If it doesn't have a server browser or a room browser, it probably isn't very good. But that's just the first warning sign. Then you actually get into the game. Now, graphics are nice. Nice graphics are nice to have, but they shouldn't be everything, and you can tell that in Ghost Recon Online they spent way too much time on their graphics. Blacklight Retribution example is an example of a game that does it right. They make it shiny, but the game came first, because you can tell that they added in like all their game systems and stuff first, and then went on with like the DirectX 11 fancy tessellations and stuff. So if it's too focused on graphics, you might want to be careful. Next up, we've got balance. Now, I'm not talking about the guy who just shot me. I've got no problem with him. He had a shotgun. He stood next to me. But this next life is going to show off perfectly why I don't like the recons in this game. It's because they are majorly overpowered, and it's like the people who make this game have never heard of balance. Now then, what happens is I believe I'm about to get shot in the face. Or not even in the face, just get shot by a recon. Now that guy had an MP7. He had an SMG and shot me from that far, and my assault rifle kept missing. His SMG did not. And that is why recons are overpowered. Because this is a slow tactical game, and they can run and gun, and that's how you can tell there's a problem. So, if the game is not balanced, we've got problems. Another example of this is combat arms. Seriously, you grab a L96A1 for 1400 GP in the store, and you can spend the rest of the day getting high KDs. Just one-shotting people with your sniper rifle. And the recons are snipers, so they get snipers and SMGs, they get the both overpowered weapons, and then they have the little fact that they can turn completely invisible with no markers. And the only way to see them is to use a recon ability that no recons use because they're too busy being invisible. Alright, speaking of, well, just the recon class in general, if you're going to have a game, it needs to have a loadout system. So if you're going to be playing a free-to-play shooter, and you're just going to be investing time is important. So if you're going to be investing time, you need to be able to make sure that that game is going to let you get the most of your time by being able to adapt to any situation that gets thrown in front of you. This game, you log in, you pick one of 3 classes, you stay with that class unless you decide to switch it. But if you switch it, you can't switch it in the matches. You have to switch it. You can't even be in a lobby. If you're searching for a multiplayer match, it won't let you switch classes because it's already sent out, hey, this guy's an assault looking for a match. And there's proof of the sniper, just boom, insta-kill. We're on offense, and we can't offend, so that's no good. So you should be able to adapt to whatever class you want to. Right there, I probably would have switched to support and just LMG'd towards their direction. Just been like, get down, I'm sending bullets. Because that'll keep anybody down if you send bullets their way. But I can't do that as an assault, and I cannot switch classes, so I wish they had a loadout system or a class, or you could switch classes or something. Also, this shows off another good thing, is they need to have, if you're playing any free-to-play shooter, any shooter, period, it needs to have solid maps. These maps are no good because we can stare into their spawn and they can stare into ours. However, they started staring into our spawn first, so they have all their snipers set up. You try to cross into their area, they're going to shoot you. So you need to be able to have a protected spawn in all your games, so if they don't have a protected spawn, you've got problems, and that game might not be that good. If there is no form of spawn protection, like they're completely invisible, then that's bad too, but it should be that you have a complete area you just can't get into, and they can't camp you at all. That's one of the most important things in the game, is to be able to make sure you can actually get into the game. You can't get into the game if you're going to die 5 seconds after leaving your spawn. That's never a good thing. You should be able to make it into it. Now, since we're just sitting here sort of camping, because like I said, it's a low tactical game, this is one of the moments that shows off that it actually is that. This shows off perfect moment. You see that? That's a grenade. That's going to cost me 50 of the in-game points to buy again because you get limited quantities. Like consumables, important consumables like that should never have to be bought. For example, Battlefield Play for Free and Battlefield Heroes, you can buy health boosts and I think ammo boosts in Play for Free, but not in Heroes. But you can buy ammo boosts and health boosts and adrenaline shots for faster running or something, but those aren't important. Grenades are important. That's your general, I can't see them, let's blow them out of cover tactic item. You should not have to buy 5x grenades for this amount and then you only get to have that amount of grenades. If you run out of grenades in the match, no more grenades. It should respawn with you. You should just be able to equip it, buy it, equip it, and it's there. It should not have to be rebought unless it's like on a durability or something. It shouldn't be like, oh, you threw a grenade, that's the only grenade you had left, you can't get any more in this match until you buy more. Sorry. That's not good. That's just lame and completely wasteful. Also, the store needs to have good variety at level 1. If I can't get a different gun, there's a problem. And this game shows that off perfectly because literally, you can buy 3 guns at level 1. You can buy the gun you already own, and then you can buy a close quarters version of the gun you already own, and a long distance version of the gun you already own. And that itself doesn't even make sense. It's like minor stat tweaks between them. If I want a different gun, it should be a different gun. So they need to have good item variety. I mean, look at this. You see my character's armor? This isn't the default armor, but it looks like the default armor. Everything needs to be able to be customized. And I'm about to run out of time, but that's pretty much all I needed to say. So, this has been Gently01. If you value your sanity, do not play this game too often, or don't try to take it seriously, or actually just don't play it when you're not a recon. So whatever, this has been Gently01. Go play some games or something.